Welcome back, everybody, to the Kirby's Epic Yarn playthrough. This is part 17. I didn't check. And we're going to be starting off Buster's training. Now, Buster's side missions are extremely straightforward. Now, all you have to do is defeat a certain number of enemies within a certain time limit. See, in this stage, it's 10 in 80 seconds. See, it said a minute 20, and I decided to say 80, because I'm sneaky like that. Oh my goodness, okay. You know what, I'm not even sure at this point if the Waddle Dees, if they dash into you like that, if they even hurt you. Because I swear that they've done it a couple of times and it just never, like, damaged me, so whatever. I'm fine with that. Anywho's, okay, so, yeah, this initial mission is very straightforward. There's just a bunch of Waddle Doos and Waddle Dees, and it's just kind of just to get you in the spirit, in the know of how to do this. And you got this last guy who was sleeping on the job. Absolutely unbelievable. Unacceptable. Well, he got fired. And sort of, like, in a manner of speaking. Anyway, so Buster does have a number of stages for us to start off with. Let's see here if I can find it. About Buster. Okay, Buster. Okay, so we have at least 10 here. And we've got 11. And then, okay, so 11. So 11. Okay. So in the meantime, I'm going to read a little bit of that in their information after I mention this. Every time I see this stage, I think of that short that I made of me falling down the hole because I was bad. Not to say that I'm good at this point, but that was, oh my, see, it almost happened there. It almost happened again. It was funny to me, because I don't know, there's just something about this stage that just reminds me of that. I was doing the little text on the screen and all that fancy jazz. Alright, so, about that information, oops, I was in the wrong tab. Darn it. Alrighty, so if you guys remember, I was on the pre-release section, and I got sidetracked by thinking about G4, where I said, prestigious Game of the Show award from GameSpot and G4 television show Reviews on the Run, which that one I don't remember, and I'm really tempted to just look at that one. EP Daily, okay. Oh, okay, it was called Electric Playground, okay, neat. Anywho, okay, so GameSpot also nominated it for Best Wii Game and Best Platformer, and awarded it for Best Graphics Artistic. I totally agree. The game received the award for Best Overall Game from Nintendo Life as well. Additionally, it won the Best Graphics Award from Game Trailers, beating out notable contenders like Crysis 2, Killzone 3, and Gears of War 3. All like M-rated games, right? I'm pretty sure. But can it run Crysis 2? Game Trailers also awarded it the Best Platformer title. It was named Best Wii Game by OneUp.com, Nintendo World Report, and Kotaku, and awarded Best Character Design by Kotaku as well. Did this one, I feel like this one gave me a little bit of trouble. Oh my, yeah, that's kind of why. Actually, oh, right, never mind. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything else. I don't want to spoil anything. So, yeah, the general, before I continue on, I just wanted to look at the scores, and the general scores for this game are very high. It has an 86 out of 100 on Metacritic, and I'm seeing like an A-, 9.5 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Famitsu with a 36 out of 40, 9.5 out of 10, you know, like your super, super high scores. Famitsu is just one of those really annoying things to me, because really early on, they were notoriously scrutinizing about games, and like getting a high score or even a perfect score from Famitsu was like near impossible. This is the same review publication that gave... Let me see, hang on. And anytime you guys see a Famitsu rating going forward for like a newer game, compare it to this. Famitsu gave Super Mario World a 34 out of 40, with 2 of them giving it a 9 out of 10, one with an 8, because it's four reviewers, and they each give one score, you know, from, I think it's like 1 or 0 to 10, and then they add them all up. 2 gave it a 9 out of 10, 1 gave it an 8 out of 10, and the 4th guy gave it a 6 out of 10 for Super Mario World, one of the greatest games of all time. I don't know. Maybe it was just that 4th guy that was just sandbagging all the time, or if it was just like they felt like they needed to be super scrutinizing it. It just seems so insane to me to give Super Mario World a 34 out of 40. Whereas nowadays, you'll see a lot of Famitsu reviews that are like 30, you know, 36s, 37s, 8s, 9s, and even perfect scores. Like, there's so many more perfect scores now than there were like 20 or 30 years ago. Anyway, so complaining about complaining about Famitsu aside, I don't know where I got Kotaku from, we're back here on Mushroom Run. And this is one of my happy places. I love this stage. Again, bouncing on these trampoline mushrooms is wonderful, and it should make anybody happy. Oh, see, this is unfortunate. So this guy is just slightly out of my way. I think if I would have gone back to that bouncy shroom on the left, I think I could have used Wait Kirby and gotten enough distance or height, but whatever. I decided to wait for him, and the problem there was that I couldn't reach him, but for some reason he could see me from that same distance, and so he decided to attack while I couldn't reach him. So I literally had to stand there and wait and lose a bunch of time. Unbelievable. Oh my! Get the spores off of me. Okay, well, this is clearly not the last enemy. I believe this was the one that I was talking about. When I think it's Zeke's Hide and Seek. Yeah, there he is. When I did Zeke's Hide and Seek here, I thought the last one was going to be up there. But it was this mission that I was thinking of. See how far ahead I was? Yeah, you know, not spoilery or anything. But, yeah, I do have the whole game finished at this point. Which, I can't remember if I mentioned that before. But, I do. So, there you go. Alrighty, we got the Button Bug wallpaper. Or Button Fly, sorry. Is there a difference? Or are they just, like, different colored? Because I know there's the green one, the yellow one, and the red one. I thought they were called button bugs. Let's see. Button bug. Button bug. Okay. So, oh, I see. Button bugs resemble button bees, but are red in color. Okay. So I guess the button fly is the green one? I'm confused. Whatever. Anyway, we're here at Music Park. Totally defeating some enemies. This one was... They made this one, like, super straightforward, you know. They wanted to play up the, you know, running over music and making music and stuff type deal for this one. How deep are we now? This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Okay. And I know that, you know, I said 11, but I see how many cuts I have here on the timeline, and that's pretty indicative of how many. So yeah. All right, we're halfway there, ish. More of the information. See, this is why I saved it, because I knew that there was going to be parts like this that were going to be really, really excessively long. Anywho's, but you know, I'm going for a 100% run here, so, well, almost a 100% run, but I'll explain that later. Game Revolution editor Nick Tan praised Kirby's epic yarn, amongst other games, as a great revival, commenting that unlike the other titles, it completely refashions the character Kirby. He compares the graphical style to Yoshi's story, describing it as a ball of whimsy and a certified winner of E3. Or I guess like a more contemporary comparison would be Yoshi's Woolly World, which obviously hadn't come out at the time that this game came out. But yeah, it's definitely more in line visually with that game than with Yoshi's Story. But Yoshi's Story definitely does look very similar to this. Ooh, oh dear. Oh no. I think this one gave me a couple problems, because I kept forgetting that there's one big wave and then one small wave, and one big wave and one small wave, and I kept getting stuck under that last platform there, because I tried to rush underneath the big wave, and I got smooshed. And we don't like that. We don't like no smooshing. Beep, beep, beep. Silicon Era editor Jenny agreed, stating that she was excited to play the game after seeing its trailer, commenting that the game looked great on the HD TV she played it on. When did this game come out? It was 2008, wasn't it? I remember this game coming out. Oh, 2010, I'm sorry. Yeah, at that point, HD TVs were not... Well, I mean, they were getting more common, but not so common that, like, you know, everybody had one at that point. As opposed to, like, now. Although, I guess, like, now it's more like, you know, LCD TVs and 4K and the other thing I can't think of. OLED. This one was super fun. With the button bugs or button bees or button flies, whatever they're called. Yeah, they do the triple homing thing, which I mentioned a few parts ago. And here, that's the whole mechanic that you need to use to defeat all the other guys that are infinitely spawning. That one's super fun. I really, really like that one. Okie dokie. Which one do you give me now? What wallpaper? Oh, colorful. What is that? Oh, Hot Wings. Okay. Give me the boss wallpaper. Okie dokie. Give me a little boss. Splash Beach. Is this nighttime? Oh, okay. Never mind. Hello. Hey, it's that thumbnail that I used. Alrighty. Poof. Here we go. Oh yeah, this beginning part is really satisfying. I do like using the spear power. Whoop. Oh, I think this is actually my second time trying this one. I will mention specifically where I had an issue. Well, actually, I guess I can't specifically mention. What happened was I was taking my time, because I thought I had plenty of time, and I just kind of sat back and like collected a bunch of beads, and then once the timer started ticking down, I was like, uh-oh, whoops. And then, whoop, that little satisfying bit at the end, and we're done. That was basically where I had failed at. It was like right before throwing it at those guys, and I had to kind of like dash forward a little bit just to see what was ahead. And yeah, and then that gave me the knowledge, know-how, and experience to rush forward and finish it quickly. Is that like a lifesaver or a water hoop? That's... Oh, that, I don't know, it'd be like a floaty or something, yeah. Never mind. I was thinking of like, you know, a rescue or like a lifesaver type deal. Alrighty, so this one is... Oh. I was gonna say 10 enemies in 30 seconds. I see the idea here, and it's all a matter of getting it done. Oh, come on. See, this is why this guy's really annoying. Do these guys count as... Oh, okay, they're one each. I thought maybe they counted as two. I thought maybe, like, the base was, like, one and, like, the little hairy parts, or another. I don't even know. What is that? Like, tendrils or something? There we go. Like, I know what the term is. I just can't think of it. It's, poop. No, well, it's not poop, but... Let's see, maybe if I look up anemones, the enemy anemones. No, sea anemone. That's the one. Oh, is it? Oh, are they called tentacles? Or is this it? They are armed with cnidocytes, stinging cells. I don't know. Is that what it is? Because like these pictures aren't really, they're like really like zoomed in like a microscope. Whatever. Anywho's, yeah, so this was that stage that I mentioned, that those two platforms being really annoying. Because as I was trying to jump up, yeah, they blocked me and messed up my jumps. And I didn't much appreciate it. I didn't like that at all. And it made maneuvering around this little area much more difficult than it should have been. See, and you can't grab them through that platform either, which is extra annoying. Oh, goodness. Why do you do this to me? This reminds me of, like, Smash Bros. This is like, when they used to have well, like, I guess, like, multi-man battles, but, like, also the fighting polygon team, and, you know, they would come down well, not infinitely, but they would keep coming down from the top of the screen. That reminded me of that. Not like the guy that made the Kirby series has anything to do with the Smash Bros. Series. No, certainly not. Totally different people. Alrighty. So now we're on to, I believe, yeah, this is the last one. Yay, finally. Alrighty. This one was mildly annoying, too. I'm not a big fan of the chilies, just because of, you know, their little frost attack, which, again, does not damage, but the fact that it, like, freezes you and you can't do anything for a few seconds is very annoying. Oh, but, oh, you can, okay, you can attack them while they're doing that. I couldn't remember. See, and then these ice geysers were getting in the way, and then, yeah, see, and then that happened, and then the ice geyser is in my way again, and this guy's at a weird angle. See, this was just all going very poorly. There we go. I should have dashed off and gotten that last guy while that geyser was going off, but I still made it in time. Success! I don't remember there being that part of the stage where there was, like, a bunch of the wheels, like, kind of stacked up like that. Maybe I just wasn't looking hard enough. Anyways, alrighty, so then we get the last one for now. Snowflakes. Okie dokie. Finally. Okay. Now then, oh, okay, yeah. So we're totally done with that. And so we're gonna move on and progress into the brand new world called Spaceland. For the very first stage, Future City. Which, again, you know, we got spoiled on the name from, who was it? Was it Beatrix, I think? Oh, okay. It's got a little elevator. That's cute and new. So then we get this little roller coaster ride thingy, and I think I messed up here. Yeah, I did. I realized at that point, I was like, oops. But I was fine with it because I didn't have any beads, so I just said, whatever, I'll just let Angie pick me up, and then I'll do that, apparently. I'll just stand on the dangerous part of the platform. You're not supposed to do that. Unbelievable. This is not safety in motion. Whee! This is fun, though, with the little roller coaster ride type deal here. Zoop, and boop some more. Alright, just racking up those beads. Which, again, went up since the last world. What was it again? What was the... Oh, darn it. I was like, all the way back in, like, one of the earlier things with the button bugs. Spaceland. Gold medal is 1,800 beads. Okay. So 1,800 beads, here we come. And then we move on to the next one. I do love this little, like, you know, the elevator going up kind of makes you feel like you're an astronaut, I guess. Just kind of taking the elevator up, and here we go, into space. Okay. I love these little platforms. They're supposed to be like little UFOs, but they're just, that's just adorable. Now did we find? Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, that's why I stopped off to the left there, because the walkthrough was telling me the first treasure is coming up. Well, I don't know why I decided to do that. Those UFO guys, that's the first time that we've seen them in this game, and they're going to be kind of annoying going forward. You'll see why later on. But for now, they're not too bad. This level does introduce a new mechanic with that. There's sort of like a lasery beam sort of thing, or like electric field, I guess. You kind of just got to pull the button and make it stop. Also, yeah, here's the part where I was sitting here, and I was reading the walkthrough, and now I'm walking forward. Here we go. There it is. You can see it from here. That's going to be our first treasure. Look, I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss it, okay? Jeez. They do give you the infinite supply of spawning Waddle Dees here, just in case. But we don't need it. So I already got this. Guy rolls up. There we go. And just in case you needed more, this is the kind of TV we'll watch in the future, right? Well, in the future, we're watching everything on our phones. Just in case you didn't get enough enemies, here's some more. Also, wait, why is that button there for swinging? Was it? I don't think there was anything there. I think that was just to help you get across, which I didn't need it clearly. This part's a little annoying. There's another infinite spawning thing, but it's like weighted. So however many enemies clearly are on one side, it'll weight that side and make the other side go up. Very Mario Brothers-esque, am I right? God, copying stuff, Sakurai, unbelievable. Alrighty, this. Whoop, oh, okay. Well, this is mildly annoying now. If I can just kind of nope. Yeah. Can I? Yep. There we go. I love it when I jump off their heads to get to higher platforms. That's the best. All right, got another elevator. Here we go. We're going up and up and up, and to here. What is this? What was this? Oh, this part. Okay, so it's the return of UFO Kirby, which as you'll see in a moment here, I totally forgot part of the mechanics. I remembered that you had to what's the term? The tractor beam. You have to tractor beam 3 enemies to get the electric blast. But I of course, I didn't know when to use it, so I just kept holding it. And then, yeah, this happened. This is kind of part of the reason why the UFOs are really annoying, because they do that. But also, I forgot that you could use the tractor beam to pull in beads. And I think... Oh, okay, that's what I needed to do there. Okay. Yeah, see, I just kind of, like, dashed into them first, and then I was like, oh, yeah, that mechanic. Listen, it's been a while, okay? It's been a long while. I don't need to remind you guys of that. It has been a while. Oh, that's a big guy. It's a big jellyfish. Space jellyfish, as it were. What am I doing? Okay, there we go. I love how the emulator kind of lags there every time I use that, but whatever. You know, it's a little trade-off. Helps me, recording it off of my screen is just so much cleaner. I absolutely love the way that this looks. This is just fantastic quality, and this is just nothing like anything that I could have imagined when I first started doing YouTube stuff. What am I doing? What am I doing, dude? Oh, man. Oh, wow, that was really good timing, I'm not gonna lie. That was really, really good. Also, me bumping that Waddle-Doo right before he was about to hit me, that was also very nice. Okay, we got enough here. We can break that open and get all these yummy, delicious beads. I think I lost a few. Not that many, but it was probably like 100 or maybe 200. Oh, no. Oh, no. Now, these guys, yeah, you can't pull in the Scarfies while they're angry like that. You just kind of gotta avoid them until they explode, apparently. They just get so angry, they go boom. Explodes cutely. So yeah, so we got the beady space monitor. Wow, we're still missing 2 treasures after all this time. It's a pretty long level, I must say. And of course, as you can tell, this is a pretty long video too. I apologize for that. But and I did think about like splitting it into 2 videos instead, but this was easier for me to edit and record. So, I'm sorry, it's just a slightly longer than usual video. Oh my goodness, this is really annoying. I can't stand getting hit. If for nothing else, the fact that it drops all my beads. No. Oh, He almost did it. He almost zapped me. He was thinking about it. You could see it in his eyes. He was like, I'm gonna zap this guy. But I said no. I said no. Okay, here we go. So we still got a little bit more level to do. So, unlike most levels, where the Metamorph transformation, as it's called, the little spindle there that pulls you out of the transformation means that it's the end of the stage. That is not the case in this stage. Dokie. And let me go up here. I can't remember if that falling block that just went by was important, but here's the space table from the future rumored to make food automatically. I feel like that's a trope in, like, Japanese, at least in, like anime and stuff. Like, One Piece did that fairly recently, where they had, like, a futuristic style area, and, you know, a little, like, machine that, like, makes food or, like, makes, like, cooked meals for you. I feel like I see that a lot. But anyways, it was probably in, like, American cartoons and stuff. I just can't think of stuff off the top of my head. Okay, I don't know why I did that. You would think, like, oh hey, I need to go back out and actually go up. Okay, well let's sit here and read the walkthrough for a second. There we go. I tried to do that quickly because I knew that even though I needed to know, like, where, you know, stuff was coming up, at the same time I knew I was gonna have to edit this later on. So I was just like, man, let me just try to move while reading. And surprisingly, that worked out. I'm actually genuinely surprised that I didn't totally mess myself up trying that. Well, there's stitching there, sir. That means that's the end of the wall. We're gonna go up the elevator and do some dancing. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna wait for the next ride here. I love that little crouch. That's too funny. Oh, this part. I remember. I remember this part. So, alright, so we're gonna go up. The roller coaster is doing its dramatic climb up the incline. And then here we go. Whee! Getting all the beads, well, almost all the beads. Getting all the, oh no! Okay, here's another roller coaster just to confuse you. And by you, I mean me. Okay, whee! Okay, watch out for those guys, they're really annoying. Down we go, grabbing all those. As you guys can see, I've had the gold medal for a little bit now. This was the part that you needed to be careful for, because this was where the last treasure is. And if you miss it, well, you miss it. I don't think there's any way to get back up here. This part was really funny. I sat up here for almost a minute waiting for the roller coaster to come back, because I was like, I can't see what's below me. Am I gonna fall? And so I decided I'd play it really, really safe and just wait for a roller coaster to come on by. Clearly it didn't. And clearly, the safety was right below me, and I didn't realize that. I'm so sorry. Actually, well, I guess I should apologize to myself for, again, having to edit that. Anywho's, yeah, we're at 91,000 beads. See that? Even with the 25,000 we spent, we still got a whole boatload. We got the plug patch. We're ready for the next level. But that's going to be it for this part of the Kirby's Epic Yarn playthrough. Join me in part 18. We'll be moving on towards... I forgot what it was called. Tube Town. Tube Town. Thank you so much to my lovely supporters for supporting me. As always, I will see you all next time.